What is all this stuff? Oh, hello everyone. This is the CRT Productions here, and this is a big laptop, and this is Windows Vista, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today in this video. I want to do a video kind of like what I did last week with Windows XP, which was installing Windows XP in 2021, of course, but trying to set it up to where I can actually use it, like with wireless internet, etc., with all the drivers installed. That's been complicated a little bit over the last year. Microsoft went a little bit wild with shutting things down. They shut down, all kinds of things. You can watch my Windows XP video if you'd like to learn more about that. Most notably, they shut down the update servers for Windows XP and Vista. That means you cannot install updates automatically. You can still do it through third-party programs, but you can't do it automatically through Windows Update. You can also no longer install drivers automatically, which is a little bit more significant with Windows Vista, because Windows Vista actually did install drivers through Windows Update. Windows XP was usually a little bit didn't do such a great job with that, but Windows Vista, that's much more significant because it actually did install drivers through Windows Update usually. And also you can no longer activate Windows XP or Windows Vista, but that's not really a huge deal because you can kind of disable that. But don't tell Billy Gates I said that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to install Windows Vista Business. This laptop originally had Windows Vista Business, as you would see from this sticker if I gave you a close-up of it, which I'm not going to do. So there's the from last year. If you remember this video from last year, the reason I'm doing it because last year things have changed quite a bit since then. That's the disk that I used last year. Let's see, where's the disk I'm using this time? Okay, I had a little bit of trouble getting it out, but here's the disk I'm using this time, and that's because I found an ISO for 64-bit Windows Vista, which is probably what you want to use. It's exactly the same, it's just a 64-bit version of Windows Vista Business. So I think it also has Service Pack 2, so we're going to install that on this laptop today. I'm going to try to get it fully set up and working, because I know a lot of people out there still like to use Windows Vista on a certain laptop, especially one like this, which was originally designed for it. So let's give it a go. And I'll also walk you through a few other things that have changed, minor things throughout 2020 that affect your usage of Windows Vista, specifically programs that have discontinued support or have just stopped working throughout the course of 2020. A lot of things stopped working in 2020, but never mind. Let's get started. Alright, so here we are. Windows Vista Business. I have the disk in the laptop. This is a HP Compaq 8710W from around 2008. Mobile workstation, very nice laptop. Only the best here at CRT Productions. Anyway, I already have the disk in there. I don't know if I mentioned this already or not, but I have the original hard drive that came with this laptop in the laptop as well, so it's going to be kind of like the 2008 experience, except it's not. It's going to be the 2021 experience with Windows Vista. So it's going to kind of, anyway. I'm going to go ahead and power the laptop on here and see if I can get it to boot from the DVD. Yes, please. Alright. Press any key to boot from CD or DVD. I do go through the installation process just because it's fun to me. If you're not interested in seeing that, though, you can use the timestamps on the progress bar to skip ahead, and if that doesn't work for you, you can find the timestamps in the description. Find the section of the video you're most interested in. So Windows is loaded the files. Here we go, Windows Vista Business. As I said, this is the 64-bit version of Windows Vista Business. The reason I'm using this kind of bootleg DVD is because this is kind of probably, if you're interested in using Windows Vista, you're probably not going to buy it. You're probably going to see about downloading an ISO from the internet This was basically like the first result for Windows Vista ISO on the internet. So this is probably what you would use if you wanted to install Windows Vista. But if you wanted to buy one of these discs, just know that most of these only come with a 32-bit disc. You're probably not going to find 64-bit unless it specifically says that. Alright, so I believe it just finished copying all the files. That took quite a long time because, well, it always does. Alright, well, the Windows Vista installation process is nothing but a bundle of joy, as you could probably guess. I had to manually restart the computer one time because it got stuck, and it took, oh goodness, I don't even know, about an hour and a half just to get to this point. So now we're ready to type our username. I guess I'll do what I usually do. Okay, type a password. I don't want a password. Picture, oh goodness, how about the chess? It looks like something, I guess that's probably the one the old people would choose. I want this to be kind of, oh yeah, I want the Windows Vista background, of course. I want this to be my grandpa's computer, so that's what we're going to kind of try to set it up to be. No, I'm joking. Okay. Let's go ahead and recommended update. Let's not do automatic updates because of course those don't work anymore. I don't know if I should have maybe specified that a little bit better. Windows Update has been shut down for Windows Vista, meaning you can't install even the old updates from 2017. But new updates stopped being released in 2017. Let's see, where is my time zone? I can't see it. There it is. Wait, yeah, there it is. Eastern Time, January 6th. Alright, there's our desktop. So it looks like we've got 4 gigabytes of RAM. That's much better than 700 megabytes. Core 2 Duo T9300. Very good. Very nice. Much better than the last time I installed Windows Vista, if you've seen my 2020 video. Alright, so obviously I just installed Windows Vista on this computer, and we have no drivers. We have no way to update the computer. Security Center automatic updating is not yet configured. I don't want to configure it because it'll be giving me all kinds of notifications and little pop-ups saying your computer's out of date or whatever. I don't want to. I just prefer to leave it off now that there's no updates anyway. As far as taking this on the internet is concerned, obviously it's not safe, and I don't recommend you do it. So we don't really need to worry about that. The biggest thing is just getting the computer set up to use. So wireless Wi-Fi drivers. Obviously we don't want to use VGA drivers for the display. This is a pretty high resolution display. It's 1680 by 1050, I believe. So let me see, how do you even do that in Windows Vista? Display settings. So let's see, yeah, this is just the, oh, it has the, okay, it actually has the drivers for that. It's kind of surprising. Alright, so obviously everything's really tiny now. I really didn't expect that. I figured it was going to be 1024 by 768. Alright, so we got that, but we don't have any of the other drivers for the computer. Can't connect to the internet. You can connect it via Ethernet, but this is a laptop, so I would prefer to use my Wi-Fi. So the drivers for this computer are available, although they're not available from HP. They don't support this laptop anymore. And this will vary depending on what specific hardware you're wanting to install Windows Vista on. As far as finding drivers, usually you can find them, but you might have to find them from a third-party source, and you obviously need to be careful doing that. That's why Windows Vista, that's why I'm making this video, really, because things have gotten a little bit more difficult to do now, because you have to find drivers from a third-party source in most cases. Rarely you'll have a model that's, I guess, popular enough that they continue supporting it, or at least just providing the drivers from the official website. But in the case of this laptop, I have to download them from a reputable third-party source. Alright, so we have Windows Vista installed. Now it's time for me to go find those drivers, get them on a USB stick, pop them on here, and install them manually, which is a lot of fun. If you've never done it before, it's a lot of fun. You'll really enjoy it. After I get the drivers installed, I'll come back and let you know how difficult, how much fun that was. And after that, I'll tell you about a couple other things that have changed that a lot of people using Windows Vista might be interested in. This NVIDIA driver installation looks old as heck. Look at this. It's like the Windows 95 style. The old logo in the background. Yep. Uh-oh. There'll be some bootleg NVIDIA drivers here. Alright, well, speaking of things that look dated, this is just silly. Alright, well, here it is. Everything's installed. I installed drivers for the graphics, Quadro graphics, a smart card reader here on the front, a touchpad, and the Wi-Fi drivers, among a couple other small little things. There is one little thing I wanted to note about the drivers. When I was installing drivers for this laptop, the website said that they were for Windows 7 64-bit, and they didn't list any other operating system just for Windows 7 64-bit, but obviously they worked on this laptop because I have them installed here. So sometimes websites have a different operating system listed. Just know that sometimes they can say, you know, the drivers are for Windows 10 or Windows 7, but they might still work on Windows Vista, but just be careful. If you can find one that's specific to your operating system, that's preferable, obviously. But usually Windows 7 and Vista are pretty much compatible with each other. The next thing that a lot of people are concerned about with Windows Vista is browsers, and that applies to XP as well. Everything that applies to Vista in this regard is true for XP as well, because their browsers pretty much all ended support for Vista at the same time as they did for XP. So a favorite among a lot of people is Firefox 52.9, and I've noticed over the last year, 2020, using it on Vista and XP, that there's more and more pages that are starting to not load properly. One notable one is Discord. So I just logged into Discord right here, and this is what you get. I mean, it's stuck at this. It's been stuck at this for like half an hour now. so it's not going to load. So my next best recommendation is MyPal. This is another fairly popular one, and as you can see here, Discord works perfectly fine. I have my server pulled up here. Can't speak, of course. I have my own Discord server pulled up here. I solicited my Discord server members for some ideas of what I should mention in the video, and all I really got was somebody recommended I should mention their YouTube channel in the video, so there you go. You can join my Discord server, link in the description. Always some great people there. Another thing about Windows Vista is Steam. Playing video games, that's something that a lot of people will be interested in, especially people that will be installing it on a desktop system. I got Discord on my mind now. So this might be the biggest change since 2020. In my previous video, I'm not sure if I mentioned it considering the system that I was installing Vista on. I definitely mentioned it in my Windows XP video from last year that you could still run Steam on XP and Vista, which was true at the time. But as you can see here, if you can read this, this is an archived version of Steam from the day that they ended support for those operating systems. And it says here that for the majority of users, you can't log in anymore. So this doesn't work on XP or Vista anymore. So there have been a few people that were able to, if you scroll down to look at the comments of this, there's a bunch of comments or reviews as they call them. Most recent was December 26th of 2020, it looks like. So there's people that give little patches or fixes or whatever, and there's people here and there saying, yeah, I was able to get it working by doing this and that. But at this point it's pretty obvious, even if you can get it to work today, it might not be working tomorrow. The point is, Steam is not something you should expect to be able to use on Vista at this point, because it's obvious that they're changing stuff constantly. As far as gaming is concerned on Windows Vista, obviously you're probably not going to be playing current games like Cyberpunk 2077 on Windows Vista. But yeah, your choices are going to be pretty limited. Maybe if you have some old DVDs, you can still play those. But as far as general usage is concerned, of course, I just demonstrated Discord can still be used with the MyPal browser. You can also come over here and see I have Office 365 pulled up. You can use that in your browser. You can install these programs, mind you. I know I got a lot of comments about that on my last videos, a little confusion. You can't download the programs, you can access them within your browser. I'm not a huge fan of doing that. I prefer to have a program on my computer, but when it comes to, being able to do it or not being able to do it, and being able to do it is better. So you can use Office 365 and Discord just only within your browser. But yeah, you can still use Windows Vista for a few things here and there. As I said, it's still pretty similar to Windows XP as far as usability is concerned. If you do have an older laptop like this that was designed for Vista and you want to restore some of the originality to the system, Windows Vista is still usable in 2021. Alright, well, that's Windows Vista in 2021. As I said, Microsoft went a little bit wild in 2020 with their shutting things down. They shut down the update servers for XP and Vista. They shut down the old Microsoft Games Network servers. And yeah, you can't activate this anymore either. I haven't seen the little pop-up for activation yet, which is a little weird. But I'll give you an update on that once I do see it. I'll post a comment on the video. There are ways around that, but I won't go into that in this video because Billy Gates might get mad at me. No, it's actually just because it's a really long and tedious process, but you can do it if you're dedicated. But yeah, there's basically no other way to do that because you can't activate it anymore. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Join the Discord server. There's plenty of people on there talking about old computer stuff. And follow me on Instagram. I've been posting a lot more on there lately. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there. Stop the recording. How do I stop it? There we go.